What's going on, guys? It's Nick, and before I get into the main topic of today's video, I first off want to thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. You guys are all awesome. You guys all rock, and I absolutely love all the support you guys give me on the channel and all the feedback you guys give me. And to kind of get back to you guys, what I'm going to be doing, I kind of already announced this on Twitter as well as my Facebook fan page. If you guys haven't checked either one of those out, I highly suggest you do. That's how you basically stay updated with me. The link to those will be in the description if you want to check those out. This Saturday, I'm actually going to be doing an all-day prolonged open lobby with you guys. So we'd run custom games, matchmaking, whatever you guys want to do basically. So I'm going to be doing that for the majority of the day. I'll post the video as well as announce to Twitter and Facebook as well. So like I said, that's kind of my way of giving back to you guys and giving thanks to all you guys. So check out the Saturday. And moving on to the main topic of today's video. So I was driving into campus the other day of my university, going to work because I work part-time as a personal trainer on my campus. And there's this main road that runs in front of the university, and this lady out of nowhere just stepped in front of my car, and I kind of had to like slam on my brakes. She didn't even look either way. And then I kind of gave her like the death stare that drivers give people who are retards who cross the street without looking. And then she kind of just yelled out, "You're a fucking chink," which is a derogatory slur, obviously. And I didn't appreciate it, but at that time, I have pretty thick skin in real life from people that I don't know and people I think who are just idiots and all that kind of stuff. But it started to make me think that when I was a lot younger, that was kind of something that I had to deal with a lot, just because I don't know if I've said this before, but I like to poke fun of it a lot of times. But like I said, I am Asian, and so I'm not white skinned. Basically, I think that's the definition of not being Asian, of not being white. Sorry. And I grew up in a fairly small town. I probably wouldn't have dealt with this if I would have grew up in the city like other people, such as any smaller major cities around me. But I grew up in a small town of it was a small farming community, about 5,000 people. And up until grade 3, I think, other than me and my sister, who's a little bit older than me, I was the only Asian person in my elementary school. And when I eventually got to high school, I think that the number of Asians in the high school were about 10. So that being said, growing up, I actually had to deal with a whole bunch of racism when I was a lot younger. Just because, like I said, when you're growing up in a small farming community, a lot of kids aren't used to seeing people of colored skin or different ethnicities. And I know kids in general, kids can just be very, very mean for what they don't understand or what they don't know. It's kind of a little bit of arrogance as well. Maybe it kind of looks bad upon their parents as well, but that's a different story. So yeah, I grew up being called a bunch of different things, from chink to, for some reason as well, nigger, because of the arrogance of children, basically. And I tried my best to conform, because I would go home a bunch of times just feeling depressed and all that kind of stuff because people were constantly making fun of me. And I tried my best to conform to everyone else, dressing the way everyone else did, acting like everyone else did, talking the way that everyone else did as well. But there were just certain situations where it just became blatantly obvious that I was different, just because holidays, especially Christmas, where because I'm Asian, I don't celebrate Christmas at all. So Christmas break was basically a vacation for me. But it became obvious when everyone came back and they talked about all the stuff they did during the Christmas break and were showing off everything that they had gotten, and I didn't have anything just because I didn't celebrate Christmas. As well, sometimes early on, when it was kind of different, the food that I was bringing to school for lunch was a lot different than everyone else. And then I just remember a couple of times where I brought some different stuff to school, more Asian culture based food, and people started making fun of me or kind of just asking me what it was and basically saying that it kind of smelled. And then that kind of brought me down as well, so I just started eating what everyone else was eating. I refused to eat lunches my parents were initially giving me, and I just tried my best, like I said, to conform to everyone else, bought sandwiches like everyone else and all that kind of stuff. And you would think that if you're a kid, the first person that you would want to talk to about racism and prejudice would be your parents. But it's really difficult, especially in my case where your parents are immigrants. They don't speak much English, and they're kind of disconnected from the rest of the community, other than their small niche group of friends of the same race. and they don't speak much English either, and you think that it'd just be a really hard time to kind of explain to them what's going on in school and how it's making you feeling. So I didn't resort to that. I didn't let my parents know. In hindsight, maybe I should have, but like I said, I still to this day don't necessarily think that they would have fully understand what was going on. So I just kind of lived my life, just going day by day, dealing with the occasional person. I'm not gonna lie to you. When as things got a little bit later in life, it got a lot better. But like I said, when kids are a lot younger and they don't know what's going on around them, they kind of lash out at what's different. And like I said, kids can be very, very mean people. And I'm not going to give you specific stories of what had happened or anything like that. But I'm just going to say, I've said this before, but I'm Canadian. But just because I'm Canadian and we kind of say to ourselves, or like to say to ourselves, that we're a more multicultural country than our counterparts such as the US, but that's not necessarily true in all cases. Like this story is kind of an example of that in small rural areas you can just experience as much racism or as much prejudice just as anywhere else in the world. So it's kind of even. Like I said, it's the same. Kids just don't understand what's different from what's different around them, especially if there are different people around them that kind of don't, and if they're not informed by the parents, then they kind of just lash out. It's just a fact, basically. So what is my advice to you guys? The majority of this community is fairly young. Either you're in late elementary school or in high school or early high school. And some of you guys will actually maybe dealing with some of this yourself, and you don't know exactly what to do. And the advice that I'm about to give you is not the one that I did myself personally, but in hindsight, I wish I did. And you may not think it would work, but it does. My main advice to you guys is to either talk to your teachers, your principals, or your guidance counselors, and just let them know what's going on. And just because, and I can almost guarantee you guys that if you do, they will help you out a lot, just because prejudice and racism is really looked down upon these days, and it'll be looked really badly upon the school if they allow this kind of behavior to go on. As well, you could be kind of worried that your peer group, will kind of like your friends and all that kind of stuff, will say that you're tattletale and everything. But like I said, no one will ever judge you if someone's making fun of you because of your ethnicity or your skin color or anything like that. So that, like I said, it's something that I wish I would have done when I was a little bit younger, but I didn't do. I just kind of lived with it, and I kind of wish I did right now, just so I would have really had a lot easier time when I was younger. But yeah, that was basically my advice to you guys. But yeah, like I said, it can be tough growing up feeling isolated, especially if you're different gender, race, ethnicity than everyone else, and people kind of pick on you a bit. But just keep in mind that there are people out there that will help you through friends, family, especially school. Like I said, school teachers and principals and guidance counselors are a great start, and they'll help you out a lot. And just keep in mind as well that high school and elementary school are not the be-all and end-all of life. Life changes dramatically after high school, especially if you go to a college or university. You'll meet some intelligent people who will like you for who you are, and you'll be able to engage with them and relate to them a lot better than you could from anyone else in elementary school or high school. But if that all fails and you're not near graduating or any of that, and you still feel kind of isolated, just shoot me a private message. I'll try to help you out the best as I can through messages. Or if that doesn't work, I'll add you on Skype, and then we can kind of talk, and I can help you out and on your daily basis, basically. And I'll try my best through my past experiences to try to help you out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said earlier, thank you for all the support with the channel, and hopefully this video has kind of been insightful, and I'll see you guys next time with a less serious topic. Peace.